Hey y'all, we're at the Wesley House at Eden Garden State Park here in Florida. This is a bucket list spot for me because in 1972, this movie, Frogs, was filmed right here, starring Ray Milland and Sam Elliott. Grandpa Crockett invites his family right to this location and nature starts to fight back. Alligators, giant snakes, and frogs, man-eating frogs. This fountain is a famous location and it goes all the way to the bay. I've been searching the woods for the lost Spanish cane toads. Oh man. It's really cool thinking that they filmed a movie right here. I would love to flash back to those times and just feel the vibes. I'll hold the boomstick. I'll get the crew food. Whatever you guys need. Super cool. So they said that hundreds of the giant Florida frogs and the South American cane toads escaped into the nearby area. It's pretty wild. Dang, that is magnificent. Frogs. Watching that movie was just like living my life because you had to battle with alligators, sinkholes, crazy killer mosquitoes, family members that don't give a damn. It's wild. These trees have seen a lot. Dang. Wow. I'm just in amazement. It's really cool when you get to check stuff off your bucket list and you actually realize you're doing it when you're doing it. We're heading to the bay now. And I think this really cool story would be appropriate for this paradise. There was a Yuki Native American chief named Sam Story. He was a conservationist. He loved nature. And when the settlers came in, instead of fighting, he worked together with them to hunt deer, to figure out environmental balance. He just made things happen. This is the Eden stage right here. Very cool. Number 12 on the tour. Some awesome statues right here. Some fishermen on the dock. Very cool. The oyster reefs, the living shore wall. Very cool. Might as well mention the Pensacola serpent, the Carabel sea serpent. And also creature from the Black Lagoon, because all are nearby. In the movie Frogs, it is amazing seeing the Florida wildlife turn on the people that didn't watch their step. It was water moccasins, rattlesnake, giant frogs, South American cane toads, even the birds started getting up in the action. The very final scene, the girl was supposed to be lured into quicksand by some butterflies, but they ended up choosing the serpent way. At the end of the movie, they show that it's not just an isolated island problem. It's actually the whole world. It's truly magical. So right now I'm looking for any kind of wildlife that wants to turn on me. Four-legged freaks, eight-legged freaks, or even beasts with no legs. The Walton area is also known for Native American villages and mounds. So it'd be cool to wander upon a forgotten village, civilization, or even find some artifacts. Look at that squirrel. Hey, bud. I'm not gonna hurt you. Glad you even let me get that close. That's pretty cool. Never know what you're gonna find in the jungle. There's bear, bobcat, panther, hog, boar. Tons of sightings of beasts. Then add in the werewolves, the frogman, the catman, Sasquatch, and skunk ape sightings. And you really have the enchanted forest the Sunshine State promises. Never know what we're gonna find here in the woods at Eden Gardens State Park. We gotta beware of nature turning on us at every angle. There's things inside the trees and under the ground that want to make us dirt. As you guys know, at state parks, the energy is high. A lot of people go missing in these areas. And I think these locations are selected for a reason. High energy, old world. So you never know what you might just stumble into. This looks like it used to be an old road. There's a squirrel. Very cool bridge. This place is true paradise. Not far from my grandparents' place in Sunnyside. I even passed Donnie Miller's place on my way here. So all the worlds connect in Eden. Awesome little seating area. Nature trail, hiking trail. Take whatever path shows me what I need to see. Some movement over there. Saw some metal on the ground, so I started to look around. Saw there was some kind of stand up there. Really old, and falling apart. Still very interesting. Seems we're getting into a more swampy area. Got to keep our eyes open for giant alligators. We've seen in the movie what they can do to us. This looks very scenic. Truly magical. Wow. And the Chokchi Bay actually has many stories of lost treasure at the bottom of it. There was pirates that instead of surrendering, they just dumped their boats and then ran off through those woods. Jean Lafitte, famous pirate from Louisiana, is actually connected to this lost gold and silver. I'm gonna get my snorkel out, my magnet fishing kit, and let's see what's going on. The Port Washington timeline goes back to the 1700s. The British, the Native Americans, sailboats, and paddle wheelers. Very cool. A lot of lost treasure in the bay. Cool stories. 1972 is why we're here. The movie Frogs, starring Ray Milland, is filmed at the Wesley Mansion. Can't wait to see it. And The Truman Show films ferry scenes at Port Washington Ferry Landing. One of my favorite Jim Carrey movies about consciousness, the dome, and the illusion to life. The famous statues here at the state park. Super magical. There's a back view of the mansion. Looks like there's a tour going on right now. So amazing. Wow. Throw some coins in if you're feeling lucky. Truly magical. Walking through the gardens here, the Virgin's Blush, Lady K, Funny Face Betty, Helen K, Prince Eugene Napoleon, Laura Walker, Morning Glow. It's cool that all of them are named. And what's wild is that Stanley Kubrick actually said that the movie Frogs inspired him with the maze in The Shining. So this strange garden was actually inspiration for one of the most notorious horror psychological thriller movies ever. So that just adds even more legendary status to this location. Wow. Very cool. Truly magical. See, this is where we'll spot something from the movie. One of these mutated, angry beasts. Oh no, beware. I'm just enjoying my little smoke here, waiting for the tour. And there's a dolphin out there. You see it blowing? That's so cool. It's amazing being close to them and hearing them. They're so big. Let's see if I can speak to them through my mind. Just finished the tour of the Wesley House. Had to get myself a print. It was super cool hanging out on the balcony, and the tour guide was so magical. She told me this place is heavily haunted. She's been tugged. She's had weird, angry whispers in her ear. She's had the glass doors rattling and shaking, and she could see that no one was there. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Ray Milland, the main star of this movie, actually left 3 days early, and his death scene had to be shot by a body double. It was also an early film of Joan Van Ark. Very, very dope. This movie is known as one of the best bad movies Fran Lebowitz has ever seen in his life. The Florida Holiday Inn was used to house the production crew, and they wouldn't allow the deadly snakes and spiders in their cages. Pretty funny. I worked up a sweat Time to go swimming. Had to come to my spot right by my grandparents' house. Love coming here at night. Oh, not so old artifact. Today's the anniversary of when Jaws came out. Jaws 2 was filmed in these waters. Definitely magical. There's also been a colonial ghost spotted right here too. There's talks of mermaids, megalodon, and UFOs. There have been underwater pyramids, granite structures, possibly the firmament, the dome. The water's above, the water's below. This is paradise. Right here is Sheldon's Corner, where the guy was playing the banjo in the movie Derelict. Sadly, they demolished the building. But luckily, Mitchell Cole keeps it forever eternal. Looks like we just stepped into the Walking Dead set. This is an old sand area. But these woods are thick. Saw this while I was coming back from the beach. It smells horrible out here. There's a dog collar. Not sure if someone's been living in here or what. But it's definitely pretty wicked. Looks like the tree got thrown through it during the hurricane. Looks like there's a mirror inside there. Pretty wild. I was at the creek the other day and found some cool fossils. This huge piece of bone, a bunch of pieces of petrified wood, a couple magnetic rock, this broken shark tooth. This is probably my favorite find of the day. That is a really cool fossil. A lot of other cool chunks. Millions of years of history.
Careful. I'm choosing to trust this might be a bad idea. Wow.
I'll try to step away from you just so we don't have too much weight by each other. This feels pretty solid. Famous last words.
Yeah.
Wow. This is crazy.
Look at all those bottles.
Yeah.
It's cool looking nonetheless.
It really is.
I bet you at I bet you at like sundown it was really cool.
Definitely. Here is the famous Mr. Bingo mural. Pretty cool. Just found this stinky pile of poop. Doesn't look like any bones or hair. Just eating berries and nuts. Very interesting. The ants are loving it. What's up, guys? This is a different type of Bigfoot that I have everyday encounters with. But then I also have a close relationship with Bayou Billy and all the other hillbilly boys out here in the South. In the final mission of Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2, you're in the Arctic and a Yeti attacks your camp and you have to fight it off. It's very unexpected, very cool. Get to the final mission.
The flesh of the unguided and non-believers fuel this void.
Hey, I'm Connor from Bigfoot Anon, and I'm always on the hunt for the next big adventure. When you're on the trail for long hours, you build up quite the stench, enough to drive any skunk ape or yeti away. Luckily, I'm on the quest now for the solution to all my problems. Yeti bars. They do exist. Available in tons of different scents and fragrances. Check out YetiBars.net for more and use my code BA10 for a special offer. Clean like a beast. Yeti Bars!